What is up, guys? Melek here, and today we're back in action on another mod spotlight. Today we're taking a look at big reactors. So, whenever you first start a world with big reactors, or let's say you're playing Feed the Beast or some other mod pack with big reactors, you're going to see this ore that this mod adds in called Yellowite ore. Now, I'm using Feed the Beast, so all the power that this adds and all that kind of stuff will be Feed the Beast related, like they have their own multipliers and stuff for the power. So yeah, just I want to tell you guys that before we start. Now, before we actually build our own reactors, there's a few things I want to cover. So these guys can be any cubic shape you want. You can make them 40 by 40. They can be even, they can be odd, they can be even by odd, they can be, you know, like 3 long, 4 tall, and 4 wide. It doesn't matter what shape they are as long as it's a cube. They can even, the smallest can be a 3 by 3 as you see here. This guy is really small. Actually, I want to see how much power this guy produces. Oh, 44 RF, not bad. They can even be really big like this one. People's made things way bigger than this, so this mod's pretty sweet. I love how you can make it any shape and size, and it can be any. It's just really cool. So the first thing we're going to do before we get into a little bit of the details of the mod, we're going to take a look at, or we're actually going to build a reactor ourselves. So these are the blocks you're going to need whenever you build your first reactor. You're going to need a reactor casing, reactor control rod, reactor access port, reactor power tap, reactor controller, Yellowite fuel rod, reactor glass. Actually, you don't really need the glass, but it's nice to have. So another thing I want to show you guys is whenever you process stuff. Actually, let me get out a there we go, some ore. So this is the ore you're going to find, and then you can process this in most machines, but whenever you pulverize it, you're going to see that you get 2 dust, and then the 2 dust can be you know, smelted into a furnace and stuff. So pretty much just like any other modded ore or vanilla ore that you're going to find. Very, very cool. Now let's build one. So just for simplicity's sake, let's do a 4x4. Now, normally, whenever you do stuff like, let's say, railcraft tanks, they have a max size and minimum and max height, and they can only be odd numbers, stuff like that. This mod has no such restrictions. So let's go ahead and just do a 4x4. I see. I'm always an odd number builder, but for some reason, I just like. I like how this mod gives you choices to do whatever you want. So you can use. I'm pretty sure the actual frame of the thing has to be these reactor casings, but anything that's not the frame can be anything else you want. So I'm gonna just for the show's sake, I'm gonna make that like that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now these fuel rods are kind of like the things that power the reactor itself. So above every fuel rod, you're going to need to put a reactor control rod. And you'll see right here, I put a fuel rod here and a fuel rod right there. And then I'm going to close this baby up. Now, once you have your fuel rods and then your basic frame done, you're going to need these other 3 items you see here: access ports, power taps, and controllers. Now, I'm going to put in a controller right here, and I'm going to put a power tap right here. And then I'm also going to put a couple access points right here. And then I'm going to fill up the top with glass. And then you'll see it form up into an actual multi-block shape. Very, very cool. Now, once you have your reactor, these access points, ports, the reason I did that is because you actually set 1 for in and 1 for out. And these guys actually produce waste over time. So let's grab some of our Yellowite ingots here, and let's put some in. You're going to notice that it fills the rods inside with this yellow liquid. Automatically converts the ingots into liquid for you. You can right click here, and it's going to tell you it has 100% full, 100% enriched, reactor heat, and then let me turn off NEI, energy buffer. Each of these things can hold 10 million RF. Now these don't actually, this mod doesn't actually provide its own, cables. It doesn't provide its own processing. This is purely a power generating mod. Now you don't necessarily need a thing like an energy cube or whatever to hold the power, because it does hold power itself. 10 million RF is, you know, quite a bit of RF. Yeah, and then that's the power tap. That's what you put your cubes or wires on. And I'm going to show you. So over time, when you activate this thing, let's go ahead and activate it here. You're going to see that's going to start power, or it's going to start heating up. And at first, it's going to produce more power than what it does, but eventually it'll reach max heat and it'll kind of average out the amount of power. Right here, it shows what your fuel usage is. Right now, it's using, you know, it'll average out to probably like 0.2 millibuckets a tick, something like that. Very, very cool. Awesome. Awesome. So next thing we're going to do is, so this mod also, you can make graphite bars, which is just smelting coal. It's pretty easy. It's really easy. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you guys what this is all about here. Let's put all this stuff up, and then let's grab this cyanide reprocessor. Now the cyanide reprocessor is the waste that this produces. It actually produces cyanide over time. Well, you can actually reprocess the cyanide into plutonium, which can go back into the system and it's pretty much the exact same thing as the yellorium ingots. So let's make a little system for this. Let's grab some item ducts, and then yeah, we'll just grab some of these, and then we'll grab a what do we want to grab? Water reservoir. We'll grab that. We'll grab a bucket, and then we'll grab some blocks of a certain type here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna place this out a little bit. Yeah, right here. That's fine. That is fine. Cool. And then this is pretty much just like an aqueous accumulator, if you guys were wondering. Let's go ahead and get rid of this, and then I want to put my cyanide processor right there. Let's get some redstone energy conduits. There we go. And then I'm gonna actually move this power tap to over here, right there, and then we're going to reactivate this guy, let him reheat up. Redstone energy, there we go. Awesome. And then we are going to, this guy actually needs power, which makes sense. And we're going to not power him there. We will power him on the side. There we go. And then we also need a fluid duct. So this guy actually needs. Where's my wrench at? I knew I had a wrench somewhere. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab all this stuff. And then let's get some pneumatic servos. Obviously, I did not plan this through. Actually, I had a lot more stuff built, but it like glitched out, so I had to delete everything. It was just real weird. Not the mod itself, just like this little world here. And let's go ahead and turn it to low, and it's automatically going to put water in here. Now you're going to notice this. By the way, this mod is built on the thermal expansion API, so it inherently is automatically works with RF or thermal expansion power. And it also has its machines does the kind of little thing. So you'll notice this slot is red, this slot is green, and then this water slot will actually be blue. So let's go ahead and make this blue, and you'll see the water start fills up. And then we're going to make this side red, and then let's say we'll make this side, actually this side green. Cool. So we're going to actually take the waste. Let's actually move this guy and put him over here. Let's take the waste, and the waste that comes out of this. Has it produced any waste yet? No, not yet. Let's see. So it looks like it averages about 155 degrees and produces 250 RF, which is not bad. That's probably about around like 3 magmatic engines, or 3 dynamos, I should say. About 3 dynamos, you know, and it's not very big. It's, you know, pretty good. I don't know exactly how early on you can make this, but they're definitely really, really good. Let's go ahead and just make the back of this red. So it's going to produce cyanide and then automatically put the cyanide inside of here, and it's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and tell this to do that, and then we're just going to make a chest and put that right there, and then we're going to take this off and put that right there. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Well, this is pretty much exactly how you would set up a cyanide reprocessor. Let me go ahead and grab a few things that we're going to need. Let's see. let me grab, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you. Oh, there we go. So if you have a cyanide reprocessor, then you're going to need, it's going to take two cyanide to turn into one plutonium. So we'll see here in a second after it turns into a plutonium. And then automatically put it into this chest right here. Automatically ejects, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like having something on orange or whatever in thermal expansion. Now let's grab this, take out this yellow ingot here, and then let's put in this plutonium ingot. And it'll actually use this, and it'll do the exact same thing as the yellow right here. Very, very cool. Also in Feed the Beast, you can use this plutonium stuff to actually make plutonium, which is good for nuclear reactors and stuff. It's pretty cool. So now the next thing is, of course, you can have this like this, and you don't even have to have these spaces. I could put all of these fuel rods. Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just kill this guy, and then let's just make this all this right here like that, and then we'll go ahead and activate it. And then see, it ate the plutonium. It's going to eat all that. It's going to fill up, and then now it'll average out. It'll heat up a little bit more, and now it's producing a lot more power because we have more more fuel rods in there. Very, very cool. Okay, so you can actually get a little bit more complex than this. For example, you can actually cool this, and there's a bunch of math that goes into this. I'm not going to cover any of that, or I'm going to let you guys do your own testing, but there's different types of ways you can cool this. The first thing we're going to actually check out, though, is down here. I don't have any sort of stuff. We're going to do a comparison test. So this is actually producing 900 and we'll say 1,000 RF average. 604 degrees, 1,000 RF average. Cool. So that's with nothing. Now we're going to compare all these liquids. The first thing I'm going to compare is this. So you can cool it with water, and if you cool it, it's a little bit more fuel efficient, and it also produces a little bit more power. Water is not very good though, so it doesn't do very much. So water is about the same as having nothing. We also have diamond blocks, which, as you can see, exact same size, but it produces 200 more RF. And it looks like it uses a little bit less fuel too. Pretty cool. You can also use resonant ender, and this one produces we'll say 1250 average. 1250 average, so about 50 more than the diamond blocks, and it'd also probably be a little bit more fuel efficient. I don't know exactly how more fuel efficient or kind of how that stuff works. You can also use redstone. And this is all thermal expansion liquids, by the way. And this produces probably about 1,050 average, which is barely more than the water and nothing. And then you also have this, what is this called? Gelid cryotheum stuff. And we'll say 1150 average, so it's about 100 lower, or it's about 50 lower than the diamond, and about 100 lower than the ender. So yeah, this is a comparison test. I'm pretty sure this is all the liquids and blocks you can put in here. I haven't tested other blocks like iron or gold blocks, but they might work. I don't know. But from what I understand, diamond is the best block you can put in there for cooling. So from all the comparison tests, we can tell that diamond blocks and resonant ender are the best things you can put in here. Good luck with the resonant ender, though. You teleport a lot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how you can, it gets more complicated too, because you can make a big guy like this and put like half as many fuel rods in here, and then fill it up with diamonds, and then put like liquid ender on the outside. And it would produce a lot more power than this setup I have here. So there's different types of math that you can do to make them more efficient, produce more power with less, stuff like that. So this mod is very simple. You can straight off the bat not have to worry about math or anything and just produce power. Or if you want to get a little bit more in depth or complicated with it, you can actually try to find the best, most efficient setup. I think I saw someone did a bunch of tests on this, and it was like a 7x7x8 reactor, and it had like a 5 staggered pattern like this. I think it was 5. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like right here in the middle. It had diamond blocks in between, and then it had resonant ender on the outside of it. something like that, and it was the best for that size category. So yeah, people have done this kind of stuff. So if you guys want to find the most efficient designs, I'm sure they are online. Okay, so one last thing before we end. This mod does add a few extra blocks that supports other mods. First one is actually this one isn't another mod, but this is a redstone port. What the redstone port does is you can actually do all kinds of cool stuff with this. You can toggle the reactor on and off. You can change control rod insertion. So I didn't cover this, but the control rods are up here. You can right click them, and let's name this and set, and then we want the control rod to do all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Cool. What this is for is I'm pretty sure I think, let's see. Actually, I'm not. This used to be like you can change the temperature of it, so it would, like, if you change like it would only use like 50% of the control rod or whatever and be lower temperature, and that way it would use less fuel, and it would also produce less power. So, you know, like starting off, I'm sure there's a bunch of advanced things you can do with this. Anyways, we're gonna go back to this. So you can have redstone ports on eject waste, temperature, fuel mix ratio. Like if it drops below a certain fuel mix ratio, then you could have it output a redstone signal. Fuel amount, like let's say you want to detect if you've run out of yellorium ingots to automatically use all your backup plutonium. Then once it's out of yellorium, you can have it output a redstone signal to a item duct. Item duct would be like, oh, I got a redstone signal, so it sends, you know, plutonium ingots into the reactor, you know, stuff like that. You can also say if this let's see, where are we? Right here, energy amount. So this is what I have set up right now is energy amount. Active while below 90%. So let's say I'm actually using this power right here. So it's actually producing right now. So then we're gonna have this. So okay, there we go. So I have it set to if the energy amount is below 90%, or if it's above 90%, then it's going to it's going to be off while it's, you know, above 90%. But as soon as it hits below 90%, it's going to automatically turn back on. So let's test this by grabbing a resonant energy cell, and let's go ahead and just throw it on. Where is my little thingy right here? Oh, do I not have a power outlet here? Let's see. Let's go back over to this guy, and then let's grab a power tap. Cool. Let's just go ahead and throw this right here. Awesome. Let's go ahead and suck this up. So you'll see it'll start sucking up all this energy out of here. And then as soon as, see, it was off, and as soon as it got below 90%, automatically turned back on. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff you could do with this. Like I said, the most useful thing for me would probably be the fuel and weight, or the fuel and waste, and then the energy amount. I probably wouldn't, myself, I probably wouldn't change much with the control rod and all this other stuff. But I'm sure there's some awesome stuff people could do with it. Now, a few other things is that this adds is, this actually adds a computer port. So if you have Computer Craft installed, you could write your own special programs to do all kinds of crazy stuff. You could control every single aspect of it to make it the most perfect, beautiful machine you've ever heard of. And, you know, it would be awesome. And then you also have RedNet port, which is by MineFactory Reloaded, where it's the single little cube that you can program like 85 different functions in it. So it's pretty much just like this computer port, except for, you know, that little cube has timers and all kinds of other cool stuff in there. So yeah, I'm not going to go much detail into these. I just want you guys to know that these are actually a thing in here, so you guys can do a lot of advanced customization with this. So this mod is simple yet really powerful, and this has been a mod spotlight by Medialock on Big Reactors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're having a good day. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Subscribe to me if you're new. Love your face, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, I love you. Also, if you want to see more mod spotlights, then let's see if we can hit 100 likes, guys. And I'm gonna try to do more. I don't really have that much time. So, also, I'm kind of tired right now. So sorry if I sounded a little. I love doing these. It just sometimes I do these when I'm tired because it's the only opportunity I have free. Anyways, I'm just rambling. We'll see you guys next time.